A couple of teams off to a hot start to the USL Championship season meet in overcast San Antonio for an interconference clash at Toyota Field. It's Miami FC putting their unbeaten streak on the line against second in the West San Antonio FC. Hello everyone, along with Katie Goodman and the rest of the crew, I'm Carl Schoening. Happy you joined us on CBS Sports Lasso. Katie, we have a fun one in USL Championship play tonight in San Antonio.
Yes, both teams looking for a win here, especially San Antonio FC, scoreless in the last 3 matches. However, still 4 clean sheets, which leads the league. Then you've got Miami FC unbeaten in the last 4 matches, looking to maintain that streak there. San Antonio, though, going undefeated again in March for the 6th time in club history. And when you look at this matchup as a whole, Miami beat SCFC last season 2-1 at Toyota Field. So you've got Miami 6th in the East and now San Antonio 2nd in the West.
In the 4 matches these two teams have played against each other, Miami FC leads it 3-1. So it should be a competitive one as San Antonio, if they look at that, wants to get ready to get back in the race of that series matchup. But Joey Petruni is going to be tasked to stand on his head tonight against Miami FC.
Yes, Petruni, a local to San Antonio, played at League High School, came here right after graduation last season, and has had a breakout season this season. 83.3% save percentage, which is the 3rd best in the USL. 15 saves, 3 clean sheets as well.
And a dominant midfielder for Miami FC, Arnie Rocha, somebody to keep an eye on for the fans that are keeping attention to this game.
Yeah, 2 goals and 2 assists on the season so far, leads the team with 7 chances created, and has 4 seasons with the Colombian national team. So I'm sure you've got a lot of players on both sides with Colombian influence. So this should be a really interesting and fun game.
Yeah, you talk about that Colombian influence. Both coaches are from Colombia. A little bit of touch tonight, especially in that midfield.
Right, yeah. The game is going to be won in the midfield. You've got players like Lacadia, you've got Tunbridge, who does a really great job playing through to him, and to Rocha. And then on the flip side, you've got San Antonio FC with all the creative ability there from Jorge Hernandez and Mikey Maldonado. So it's going to be a really fun offensive performance.
Oh, I'm looking to enjoy the fun with you.
Built to tough it out and to take it easy. Built to carry tradition and to make new ones. The 2026 Toyota Tundra. Built in Texas, driven everywhere.
Right now, qualified lessees can lease a rugged new 2026 Tundra SR5 for $449 a month for 36 months. Offer ends May 4th.
Toyota. Let's go places.
What do you do when you throw out your back?
Use caution when lifting heavy objects.
How do I eliminate back pain?
I'm not tracking any rain right now.
Back pain?
Got it. Calling back Shane.
Forget it.
Sorry, didn't get that.
High-quality emergency care. Find your nearest location.
$10 for a large, $10 for any 3 toppings, $10 for your choice of hut crust. Like our new garlic parm hand tossed. Because there's crust, and then there's hut crust. The crust you crave, only $10. Order in the Pizza Hut app.
When you donate or shop at Goodwill, you'll help train future nurses' aides through our local career training programs. Good job, everyone.
USL Championship is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. And by Methodist Healthcare, proudly offers 10 neighborhood ERs across San Antonio. The USL on CBS is presented by Best Western Hotels and Resorts, the official hotel partner of the United Soccer League. I'm Carl Schoening along with Katie Goodman. Happy you guys joined us here for this matchup between San Antonio FC and Miami FC. The fans always rowdy here at Toyota Field, ready to see the Rico starting lineups get to action on the pitch. We start off with Miami FC, and Katie, this is a group of players that the formation can almost be thrown out because a lot of them can play a lot of different places in a given moment.
Yeah, a lot of players in a lot of different positions, and we've had a different lineup for Miami game after game. This time you're seeing Alessandro Malesi, Mateus Romero there in the outside back role, but they're two guys that love to get up high, so you can expect them to get up and contribute.
San Antonio FC on the back line, Old Faithful as I like to call him, Mitch Tainter, the captain.
Really strong back line here between Suarez, Tainer, Cronali, and Akeem Ward have done so well along the back line there. But again, it's a team that's played 5 games in the last 14 days, and so there's been a lot of changes there as well. We're seeing Sordo and EJ Johnson get the start up top.
Teams making their way to their final huddles before taking those formations you saw on your screen. San Antonio FC wearing the white kits with the Fiesta flair on the trims and the black numerals.
Every season I love how these teams come out with new jerseys, and San Antonio, they always have the flair and they always keep the Alamo City in mind when designing their jerseys. Love it.
SAFC led by Carlos Llamosa in his second season with the squad, and he really does bring a Colombian flair and some intensity on the sidelines.
He truly does. You can see the way the guys play out there on the field. It's not too stagnant, lots of movement. You can see where he opens up to allow them to play with their own creativity.
Miami FC wearing the blue kits, as I like their teal. Miami and San Antonio, they do that handshake meme of Fiesta colors, but this is like a nice royal blue that they're rocking today. They're led by another Colombian, and Gaston Madoni, as he is in his first full season with Miami FC. Players uniting around the circle. And the fans, always fun here at Toyota Field. It's an overcast day that's keeping the Texas heat away, and slight threats of rain have stayed at bay so far. Tomorrow's a 95% chance. We have some gusts of wind that might affect some long balls to play today, as you always drop a fun fact on me how Texas, and especially San Antonio, has the most unpredictable winds.
Yeah, I was going to wait for you to say that one. Yeah, we're at the center of 4 major wind currents, so you never know what kind of weather you're going to get on any given day. And this one's a really strong crosswind that is definitely going to cause some problems. You can expect to keep that ball low. And as I say that, a long cross comes from Alex Cronali across the field there, but
that was our Pizza Hut kickoff as we are underway. Opening minute at Toyota Field. Happy y'all joined us on CBS Sports Golazo. Carl Schoening along with Katie Goodman. As you said, a very aggressive start there for SAFC. Emmanuel Johnson playing in his 5th match with San Antonio FC, and Cronali on the back line with a long send that leads to this eventual throw for Miami.
It's also one of those situations you don't want to get caught with that ball coming right back down your throat there on your side of the field, so they probably just want to get up and forward as fast as they can, work with more of an offensive, direct mindset.
Early play in the box, that'll go off the post and be an early goal kick, if I'm not mistaken. If not, Petruni did get a touch on that, so we have our first corner in the 2nd minute.
That was Alessandro Malesi, who I'd mentioned, really great on the outside back roll, gets up and contributes, and almost slotted it by Petruni there on that one. But Petruni has been so good, just great positioning all the way around, able to get a hand on it and deny it.
Arnie Rocha will line up the corner kick. No short option. He's looking for the 6. Goes to the top of it, and it's headed away. Malesi had it taken away by Johnson, and Johnson couldn't keep it at his feet as it goes into touch. Malesi offering the throw at the edge of the attacking third. Maldonado sends it high in the air. Koloff heads it into the defensive half of the pitch for Miami, where they'll get a throw.
Miami clearly trying to clear the field and create some passing lanes here, doing a really good job of that. As mentioned, this game is going to be won in the midfield. You've got a really amazing midfield battle going here between just so much talent in the middle of the park here. And, you know, when you look at the way that Miami has progressed up the field and scored goals in games past, it's because of those driven lower balls through the middle. They love the 1-2 tiki-taka style play as they break lines again here. Notorious for splitting defenders as well is Rocha and Lacadia. Really good at just getting in behind, curbing their runs. So just tricky guys to mark as well. And San Antonio, they've struggled with that a little bit. You can see the injury report here. Nicky Hernandez out, Grieve as well out, and Lucio Baron as well out. Diogo Pacheco has missed a couple of games. While he is available, he just has not built up the minutes yet, so you're not going to see him out here.
That was our Methodist Healthcare injury report. Methodist Healthcare proudly offering 10 neighborhood ERs across San Antonio. Aggressive play ends up on the other side of the pitch. As we start the 5th minute, Miami's been the aggressors. Malesi looking to continue that trend. Sends it to the 6, nobody there to receive. Goes off of a foot, and it'll be up to the officials who had the best eye on it. And a goal kick here for Batruni.
Some good sportsmanship after a little bit of a push over the end line.
Another look.
A little bit of a tumble there off the end of the end line in that last play, but Batruni puts it back in here.
Wind
We're
caught
out.
that one.
And we're out, yeah. Yeah, and again, it's the wind is switching up. It's going east to west. Now it's going the other way.
Forrest Blanco kept it in play, but a 50-50 ball will end up all the way back here. Hakeem Ward cuts back to Crognale. Old faithful Mitch Tainer. Switch of the pitch into the offensive half of the side field. Deflected touch will go to the back line of Miami, and they'll send it all the way to the first touch for Room there, as Room has nothing to do with it. DaCosta leaves it wide.
Great bring down there from DaCosta. Again, a player who's quite the utilitarian, has played on the back line and in the midfield. And when coach was recruiting him, he wanted him specifically for that reason. He knew there's going to be a ton of turnover in the team, and he would need a couple of players who could play in different spots. And so that's why you see quite the varied lineup here game after game so far.
Jorge Hernandez trying to create an opportunity. Johnson couldn't quite get there and then commits the foul. And Jai takes the fall.
You could see where he was trying to hold back in the follow-through, so you got to respect that. But at the end of the day, cleat was a little bit high as he went up and tried to pull back. And what can you do when you've got someone going with in for a low header at that time, right? Not much you can do to kind of get out of the way, but some people would have just ran right through that guy. So got to hand it to him.
Yeah, Bashir and Jai really risked his head right there.
Yeah. But that's what defenders do, you know. You put the craziest ones on the back line, especially the center backs.
Speaking of crazy, Mitch Tainter sends it to midfield. He is someone who is always quick to defend his teammates, even if they didn't need it.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those who will lay his body out as well and has no problem throwing up a diving header.
Cole sends it to midfield. Forrest Blanco slows it down. Katie, you have some keys to the match. Let's check those out.
Yeah, as I'd mentioned earlier, it's going to be a battle there in the midfield. You've got Miami with some really great distribution down through the middle. They love that 1-2 touch. They love to break lines, get into Locadia and Rocha there. Watch those distributions coming from Turnbridge. Just keep doing that really good stuff that they're doing and then stay switched on. There's been a couple of games in the past for Miami where they've just switched off as the ball's coming through the box. They're not winning the aerial duels that they need to. Now for San Antonio FC, the way they can break those lines is continue with some quick horizontal change-ups. We've got San Antonio with a 4-4-2 right now. They are prepped and primed to get through and break lines and create some problems there for Miami's back line. And then at the end of the day, they'll just staying communicative on the back line, tracking their runners. The couple times that teams have made San Antonio pay is when they lose the runner in between the two center backs, and that's something that Miami's really good at. So just going to have to keep a close eye.
Always appreciate your thoughts on the match, as neither team has really found any footing for an attack. Aggressive send here from Maldonado, just not quite on target enough, and sent into touch. Malesi keeps it in. Great play there by Calfa.
I'm loving this matchup between Malesi and Akeem Ward. Both two really technical players, speedy players, and both guys who love to get up from the back. And ooh, almost a tumble and a turnover, but saved there by Mitch.
Petruni playing it safe here as we're coming to a close on the 9th minute. Back line has been operating here for a good moment of SAFC's possession time. Crognali directing traffic and reading some spacing from Miami FC.
Yeah, as you can see, they've dropped down to 5 in the back. Part of that is because Malesi, Romero love to get up into the attack. So sitting pretty deep there on the defensive makes it a little bit difficult when you're running a 4-4-2 to try to break in up top. So Miami doing really well tactically just to adjust.
Relatively clean match so far, only the one foul. Flag is up. This play will be whistled dead.
Really close call there from Rocha. I mean, you've seen it time and time again where he holds his run perfectly and is able to get in behind. And ooh, a turnover that could cost San Antonio here.
Tainter playing in stride will deflect that, and Tainter heads it out of the box.
Now let's keep in mind San Antonio's played 5 games in 14 days, so you know their legs have got to be dead. And look at that last matchup against Orange County. It was pretty evident that the guys were feeling tired.
To your point, Sorto looked like he wanted to push the counter right there. Nobody wanted to join him.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone's saying, take your time. You know, we're at the end of a really rough stretch. Not to mention those last 2 games on the road, too. So that comes with its challenges, just being pent up on a plane or a bus. It's tough.
Yeah, Sorto looked like he was eager to get it across midfield, and nobody else was running with him. And they decided to play possession ball here on the back line. Aforementioned Sorto sent it to Crognali. Maldonado switches the pitch.
Part of the reason so many games here at the front end of the season is the U.S. Open Cup. SAFC losing to FC Tulsa 2-0. So it was a tough loss, but even tougher just to have to play that next game against Monterey Bay.
Johnson is fouled by Njai right here, trying to establish position, and SAFC will have their first free kick of the evening, which they don't do much with.
That looked like it hurt, and it looks like that's going to be a pretty physical matchup here between the two. They've already had a couple of encounters a few minutes in.
Crognali with a low pass. Sorto looking for a cross. Nobody there to receive as Johnson was tripped up in the box, looking for a whistle, not going to get it, and Room can take a sigh of relief.
Entire stadium on their feet wanting a call on that one.
And then there's a physical aerial duel which will go against San Antonio FC. Suarez wondering what he was doing wrong there. Katia Korolava, our lead official, saw too much physicality there.
Yeah, and you know, Thiago Suarez has been such a great addition to San Antonio, just really adding to already a really tall back two between Mitch Tainter and Alex Crognali. Has had a couple of mentions for Team of the Week as well. And when you look back at this, you've got some hands on the back, and it's kind of tough when you've got a player coming up under you. What can you really do to get out of that situation? So, tough call there.
Rocha faked it, and then it's chipped into the penalty area a little too long for its intended target. Little creativity almost caught SAFC off guard. As they were looking to send that one to Dalton Knutson. Katie, I'm probably on my 6th watch through of Ted Lasso, and I always enjoyed the creative set piece bits.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The unrealistic creative set piece bits. You gotta love them. But you know, what I love most about that show is that when they do the wall, there's still people, even in real games, who lay on the ground just like Messi, you know, and they try to block the bottom when people jump. You know, there's still some pretty realistic bits in there. I'll give them that.
Can't be terribly unrealistic for a Premier League team to be the main driving factor of the show. Too many Brits watch that.
Too many.
And a lot of Americans learned a lot about soccer.
Oh, yeah. I think my favorite quote of all time is, be like a goldfish, have a very short memory, like it never even happened. That is when you mess up, which is inevitable. So.
Yeah, which you need in soccer.
Yeah. Oh,
There's a lot that happens in the match. Here's a long set looking for Johnson, and Room will beat him to the punch. Calfo at the 18, sends it to center circle. Suarez heads it back in the right direction for SAFC. And Jai guides it with his head. Crognali plays it off his shoulder. Flores Blanco surveying his options in the attacking third. Jorge Hernandez. Nelson Flores Blanco cuts back. Maldonado switches the pitch. Crognali looking for Ward in the 18. Ward didn't quite read the angle right, and then it's cleared out.
Both teams struggling to adjust to the wind, I see, whether the ball is going over towards Miami's side and it stalls in the air, or Miami's setting it up and it's a little bit too much pace because the wind is carrying it. But, you know, the one advantage that San Antonio has of playing a 4-4-2 against this Miami lineup is the quick switch, and I think they just need to switch the field a little bit quicker and get some more pace behind the ball as they move from side to side to try to find some cleaner lines through.
Ward's throw, Sorto taps it right back to Ward, trying to get Johnson on a run, and then it goes in for a Miami throw. Alessandro Melesi. Calfo with a long send, ends up at Suarez's head. Melesi tries to strike from well outside the box, easy for Petruni to read and pick up.
Things are looking a lot better here for Miami. A really perfectly weighted pass there from Angelo Calfo. Just didn't get to the right head he was looking for. But again, Miami coming in and winning that second ball, and that might be the difference here in the game, is who's winning the ricochet and who's winning the second ball.
Miami FC plays at Pitbull Stadium, which is where Florida International plays their football matches. So they play on a very fast turf, and they really rely on the counter. And it seems like they're kind of playing 5 back right now, hoping that they can get off to that sprint eventually.
Is that like Dale 305 Pitbull Stadium?
It is. Yeah,
Love it.
It is Pitbull Stadium from Mr. Worldwide. Yeah.
Mr. Worldwide, okay.
He decided he wanted to have a Miami stadium. Johnson on a run at the 18. Played off the bounce by Room.
I mean, if you're going to play anywhere in Miami, that's a pretty cool stadium.
It is a cool spot, yeah. Suarez trying to win to the ball, and he does. Petruni will play it off with a pass by Suarez and immediately send him the opposite direction. And Jai playing it off his chest. Pulls it down, loses it into touch. Up to the officials. SAFC throw. They knew it right away and got it into Johnson.
Great quick throw in to keep Miami on their heels. They're so compact and hard to break down. And they're not taking the bait whenever San Antonio tries to build out of the back. Flores
Blanco's cross caught there by Room. Quick roll out here. Tunbridge. Tunbridge wants to push the tempo. We're talking about that counter. Tunbridge with the through ball. Bocadia has a shot taken away by Tanner, who clears it.
incredible distribution from Tunbridge, and that is what he is known for here in the USL Championship. Just incredible vision of the field, and then you match him up with Takadia, the vision, the checking in, the diagonals. It's really some pretty attacking power there up top for Miami. But better defending there for Mitch Tainer.
Calfo trying to reestablish some composure here for Miami after the failed counter. Dalton Knutson wants to push it forward. Calfo looking for an angle. No one there on the long send except Nelson Flores Blanco. Mitch Tainer, just a phenomenal defender. The captain not only blocking a shot but clearing it.
Yeah, does a really good job standing him up here, not taking the bait, and able to just get enough on it to clear it out.
SAFC with some good spacing finds Johnson on the back line. And Dalton Knutson will take it away.
Beautiful first touch there from Tunbridge. Great displacement there from Akeem Ward. Lots of space.
Jorge Hernandez slows it down. Waits for some teammates. Finds Sorto, a little bit off. Ward trying to save the possession. Keeps it in. Ward with the cross. Misses the head of Hernandez, and then Johnson couldn't read it off the ricochet. Stays in play here for Miami FC to work it out of their defensive third, and they clear it.
Quite the valiant effort.
Counter opportunity. A little too far ahead as Suarez will send it to Petruni.
This is exactly where Miami wants to be. They want to get in and behind on the counter. They know San Antonio is just tough to break down if you're building up slowly against them, and that's why you see them sit so compact on defense. Some of their best chances have come on the counter.
Flores Blanco trying to break down a defense. Burst of speed. He hasn't cleared away from him, but it'll be the first corner kick for SAFC. And SAFC going to be rewarded with another chance. Here's a look at their most previous one. Just missing the head of Hernandez.
Yeah, really solid effort. Hakeem Ward just to save it there and putting it in with great placement, but Jorge not able to get there on the end of it. But again, a valiant effort. You know, Jorge is always going to give 110% in those moments.
Jorge Hernandez probably not going to give it 110% on this kick. He's trying to place it correctly. You don't want to overshoot your teammates. He's looking near post. Off the head of Crognale and then cleared out there by Calfo.
I'd say that was spot on.
Counter opportunity. Tunbridge couldn't quite get it past the 18. Tunbridge returns. Tunbridge waits for his teammates. Looking for Malesi. Malesi sends it right to Petruni, who's able to play it on a dive as they were looking for the low cross, and good job by Petruni to keep that from being a threat.
Yeah, I mean, that ball looked like it had crossed the end line, so for Petruni not to take any chances, let's have a look at it here once again. And yeah, that ball definitely crossed the end line, but luckily for Petruni, he was able to handle it regardless of the call.
You need to be an assistant. You saw that better than anybody.
Well, you know, I've got a bird's eye view up here, so it's a little bit easier.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's a lot harder when you're down there on the field. And
imagine
they move so fast, too. Imagine being on the sideline, how fit you have to be as a sideline ref to just keep up. If you can't tell, I would never want to be a ref.
It is certainly a way to get paid to stay in shape.
Yes, true. Incentive there.
Things slowing down here in the 23rd minute. We're still scoreless. Cal leaves it here. Hernandez. Or excuse me, Maldonado. Ward. Back to Crognale. SAFC is going to walk it into the offensive half of the pitch.
Yeah, things are looking a little stagnant. This is where you want to start picking up pace, pinging it around.
Ward trying the back line. Calfo will send it into touch. Maldonado will volunteer to throw. Edge of the attacking third here for SAFC. Cal plays in the middle of the pitch. Options. Decides to go with his right foot. Maldonado looking for a cross, sends it high towards back post, a little too far, like we were talking. You don't want to kick too strong on those crosses, and that'll end up as a throw for Miami, deep in their defensive half of the pitch.
Both teams, I'm going to give them a little bit of grace considering this win. You know, 1 minute you're trying to overcorrect, and then the wind dies, and then it makes you look bad, and then or it switches up. And I mean, just looking at the flags, they're going every which direction. Any minute you look at them, they can be going left to right or front to back. So it's a little chaotic out there. That's why you kind of want to keep it low, but it's just impossible to do against this Miami defense. They're so compact and it's so congested.
Jorge Hernandez. Calv playing it to the 18. Chips it into the penalty arc. Maldonado the one touch. Ward sends a cross and just misses Johnson on the run.
Really great vision of the field from Ward there. When you look back at it, timing of the run is just a little bit off. But again, it's that inside-outside movement that's going to help San Antonio on this one. A little bit of a bend there, puts that perfectly on the backside. Had the run been a little more well-timed, maybe someone could have slotted in there, right there on the backside. But things, you know, wheels starting to turn here for San Antonio, finding different ways to get in behind. I think it's going to be one of those matchups that's just going to take time to figure out how to break each other down.
Room tests the wind, and Crognale will head it into touch.
Something Coach Madoni says he takes a lot of pride in is that they defend as a full 11 there for Miami. And so you can see that in the way they're so compact and the way they force the ball coming out of the back. It's not an easy drive up the field for San Antonio.
Kurt Calv will be shown a yellow here, as that was a dangerous play. I thought he was going for the ball and maybe even got there first, but let's go ahead and take another look. I thought he got to the ball first from my angle.
That's a really tough one to call because Calv had his cleats up, meaning he could have cleated the other player in the shin, and that's probably why he's down there. It's just hard knock. And so maybe that's where the call came from. But when you look at the timing of the challenge, it was at the same time. The only thing that could tip it one way or the other is that Calv had his cleats up rather than toes pointed down. That might have been different. You know, center ref was right there, so I trust her judgment on that one.
Rodrigo da Costa forcing a bit of a hydration break here, so we might have a better angle here. From our angle, I thought he got there first, but you're right, cleats up, and that must hurt.
Yeah, took it out of him. I mean, I've been there, so I can attest it hurts, and he's going to have a welt there, but also definitely taking the opportunity for the water break.
First caution of the night here in the 26th minute as we now start the 27th. No score. San Antonio has had a couple opportunities just go awry. Miami has gotten a couple good looks as well. Neither team able to break through.
Miami's build out from the middle of the field into the attacking third has been better, and part of that is because of the way they're operating their counterattack. San Antonio, things have been congested, but they've still found ways in behind, and part of that is their services from out wide have been pretty good, just mistiming of the run so far.
Calvo will resume play here on the drop ball. Or I beg your pardon, the free kick here, as that was a foul and a yellow called against Calv, and SAFC will get it right back.
Back to Angelo Calvo, coach said he comes from USL 1, had played for Texoma FC, but he's doing so well as a defender now. Lots of quality and solutions there along the backside, so has really enjoyed adding him to the roster this season.
Yeah, you know, we see it in so many sports, especially college sports these days, but this is a new-look Miami squad, and, you know, sometimes that's how you get success, is just refresh the whole roster.
Yeah. You know, new ideology, new philosophy. You know, it's a lot that you can do with a fresh squad, but it's also getting that cohesion going can be really tough. But things seem to be looking pretty good here for this squad so far. We've got a couple of returners, and Tulu, Matias Romero, Knudsen. So a couple of guys coming back that can help keep some cohesion there from the previous season.
Alessandro Malesi throws it in, and Calvo sends it across midfield. Suarez heads it back to the SAFC offensive half. Maldonado cuts back. Jorge Hernandez finds an angle, plays into some space, out to Ward. Ward cut off, can't turn the corner, runs into a double team, and it goes into touch for a Miami throw. Of course, the SAFC fans closest disagree.
Torrey doing a good job to help there in that double team, just to box Akeem Ward out. And I think that's, again, you talk about Miami defending as a full 11. They do a really great job of that.
Crenali pulls it down. And a foul in the middle of the field. That'll be easy for our official, Katia Korolava, to call. And the most dangerous set piece here for SAFC.
You know, I was just going to say that if San Antonio can find a way to create a set piece, that could really help them here in this extremely congested moment. And yeah, a couple hands on the back, that'll do it for Jorge Hernandez.
Maldonado there to threaten Jorge Hernandez. Looks like the obvious choice to send the ball in. Chance of SAFC breaking out here at Toyota Field. Jorge Hernandez. One of the best in USL Championship at creating. Didn't quite have a run there.
I recall of saying, where was the run? But, I mean, there was some bend on that ball, but it was placed really well right over that back line.
Nobody quite able to find the space to get ahead on it. And Room kept it short last time he had a goal kick. He's telling his back line to push up, but a lot of them are just ignoring him as he will now boot it across midfield. Mitch Tanner heads it high. Suarez had his pass taken away by Njai. Petruni kicks it. Johnson doesn't win the aerial duel. It'll bounce around. Miami FC couldn't quite claim possession as Suarez sends that one skying.
There were some hands over the shoulders for EJ on that last challenge.
Flores Blanco. One touch. Counter broken up there by Calfo. Definitely a physical match. We were talking about it. Katia Korolava has kind of let them play on some of those 50-50 calls.
Yeah. I've not seen anything too crazy or outlandish. I mean, there's some games that we've seen here at Toyota Field that from the first whistle blown, there's people on the floor. So it's relatively tame for a San Antonio FC match. And probably as I say that, something crazy is going to happen because, you know, commentators curse. But so far, San Antonio moving the ball really well.
Jorge Hernandez almost snuck that across the 18 to a great run, but instead it'll be bouncing around on who wants it on this 50-50 ball collected by Ward. Hernandez wants another shot at it. Sorto sends it to Flores Blanco, sends it to the 6. Johnson couldn't head it in the right direction. And then Romero sends it into touch.
That last run of play, the shot from distance there from Jorge Hernandez really would have been nice, but, you know, you've got this team that's really unselfish and instead chooses to pass it off a lot of times. Not a bad idea.
We got a counter. DaCosta, full stride towards the penalty arc. A strike blocked there. Great swing by Locadia, but it'll end up as a corner. SAFC has been prepared for the transition defense.
San Antonio doing a much better job on the back line there, staying compact, forcing that ball wide, and Crenali just setting up at the right place at the right time, not overcommitting there to deny that shot opportunity.
Arne Rocha getting his second corner kick of the evening. Still scoreless in the 33rd minute. Rocha. DaCosta comes up for a short option. DaCosta gets it. No cross available. Rocha will call the cross. Bounces over a couple intended targets. Calfo sends it high in the air, stays in the 18 where Ward will head it out.
I think that might be the second bicycle kick from Calfo this game. One defensively, one offensively.
Romero looking to recycle the service. Cut off on the chance. Torrey sends it back. Njai retreats all the way back to Malesi. Alessandro Malesi has to do something quick with it all the way back to Room.
This is where San Antonio has to be aware there's quite some disconnection in the midfield, but a good chance here.
Sent in some space. Jorge Hernandez tripped up, recovers at the 18, tries a strike, it's bounced back. One more chance inside the 18. Calif sends it back to the penalty arc and then cleared out by Njai. That one will bounce into touch.
I don't think I've ever seen Jorge Hernandez pop up that fast in the box, especially. But you can see there he's down and he's right back up, hoping to take advantage of that, and you just have to admire that hustle there from him. One of the better chances that San Antonio has had in this whole game, a big part of that is just the chaos that they've created going back and forth in this game.
Jorge Hernandez leads the USL Championship in 20 chances created this season. And that's just par for the course for him. Even when SAFC was having down years, he was in the MVP conversation.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, 3-time All-League first team, Player of the Year finalist back in 2024, Golden Playmaker Award in 2023. He's always a topic of conversation here for San Antonio.
SAFC retains possession. They got the throw after that dangerous moment that Hernandez almost sent it in. Cronulla had it taken away from him. Rocha knocked it away, but Cronulla gets it right back. Cronulla mid-pitch. Johnson held up, no whistle. Ward tries to play to the advantage, tripped up, no whistle, and now they eventually call it. And then a little extracurricular. Jorge Hernandez goes down. Malesi's going to be shown a yellow card before there's any interaction. Johnson comes flying in. We got a brouhaha.
Oh, yeah, to say the least. I mean, that foul happened pretty far after the fact.
Big credit to Katia Korolava to come in with the yellow card immediately. And another look at the skirmish.
Just looking back on it here, there's a little bit of a bump, and then there's the clearance.
Whistle's
fans
going
already,
right there.
Yeah, fans already not happy, but it's here after the ball crosses that there's a hit. Now there's a little bit of a pushback there from Jorge Hernandez as well. I think the call is warranted though. Malesi for what it was the continued aggression between Akeem Ward and then into Jorge Hernandez. But I think upon first look, it looked a lot worse than it was. I think I can agree with Katia on that one, pulling the yellow.
She'll take care of her administrative duties here before SAFC is rewarded with a dangerous set piece. Now, she came in sprinting with the card in hand to make sure that everybody knew that she was ready to issue it to somebody else.
She's telling them to get on and play on. Get over it.
Give Hernandez his 10 yards. Well, we just mentioned how Jorge Hernandez leads USL Championship with 20 creations. Might have another one here. Hernandez hits to Johnson off the head, just wide of the post. Room off his mark. Would not have had a chance to react, and Johnson just missing.
But what a beautiful set piece. The dime piece service there from Jorge Hernandez. EJ Johnson getting on the end of it, just a little bit under the ball, not able to get over it and use that strength to force it down. But man, you can see where San Antonio is starting to really fire on all cylinders here. The momentum, the movement is looking a lot better, and it's kind of feeling like a matter of time for them.
Locadia fighting off Suarez, and Suarez does a good job boxing out, but it'll be a Miami throw. Locadia will wait for her teammate. Malesi offering to throw in, and looks like he will. Alessandro Malesi. He leaves it.
A little bit of confusion, I think.
Rocha will get a good run on this throw. Sends it into the 18. Headed out by Tainter. Ward heads it, and a foul will be called against Miami. Suarez was the party that was fouled. And a free kick here for San Antonio. Kept short here to Petruni. Little misconnection. Both players going after it. Caleb hits the deck, and he'll be drawing a yellow card. Wow. Well, good job, Kirk Caleb, as he definitely spun out. And the replay will probably show why this warranted a yellow.
Looked like it hurt nonetheless. I mean, he got to the ball and tried to clear it. I think it was just maybe a little bit of a hit after the fact.
Rion Torrey gets the second yellow for Miami. Well, what started as a pretty clean game has gotten chippy fast, Katie.
Oh, yeah. Understandably so. I mean, you've got Miami who's sitting back. Things are congested. Anytime the play is congested, there's going to be some physicality. And then anytime San Antonio is trying to stop the counter, they're going to have to put a body on them for the most part. So, there you have it.
Physicality breaks up the congestion.
Yeah, it does.
I could use that for my allergies.
Yeah, these Texas allergies are no joke.
February was not fun.
Oh, no. Green pollen all over the car. Awful.
Hakeem Ward tries a cross. Johnson was there, but it was cut out. Nice play by Calfo. Now counter opportunity. Middle of the pitch. Maldonado couldn't catch up to it. Bocadia leaves it. Sends it into the 18. Nice drop by Petruni to keep that one away from frame as Tunbridge gave it a strike.
Joey Petruni on track to be one of the best goalkeepers in the USL Championship. Some of the caliber of saves that I've seen from this man this season so far have been truly next level. I mean, did a great job there of not only cutting off the angle, but just his reaction time, getting to that save, and leading up to it. The creativity was incredible there for Miami.
Play in the 18 disrupted by the back line of Miami, and then a foul called against San Antonio. Free kick for Miami FC.
Going back to my original thought, when Miami was on the attack just before this, just a lot of really good movement, causing a lot of problems for the defense, which allowed them to get in behind. As you can see with this one-on-one here with Petruni. Gets past Hakeem Ward, but not Petruni, and that's just the mark of a really incredible goalkeeper.
Tunbridge had a couple crashing runners. Petruni made sure neither one of them had a chance.
I think he does a great job of not overcommitting either. You know, really waits until the last minute to make his move, and you know, but still puts himself in a really good position to close things down, and just really high IQ player.
Eloy Room sends this one long as he didn't have a short option, told his back line to push up, and both teams trying to break this scoreless tie. Before we head into the locker rooms, Jorge Hernandez with a switch of the pitch that creates some space. And a foul will be called, to the dismay of Romero, as Nelson Flores Blanco hit the deck trying to force something. Quick restart, and not going to get that restart as SAFC. Jorge Hernandez talking to our official, Katia Korolava.
When is he not talking to the ref is the question. He's always got something to say. Ooh.
Johnson pushed down from behind, and that'll be a foul called on Calfo. And yet another set piece at the edge of the attacking third here for SAFC. 43rd minute coming to a close. We will have a little bit of stoppage time, I imagine, but right now SAFC trying to see if they can get the first goal before we hit the 45-minute mark.
pretty clear foul, but you can also see Alessandro Milesi just trying to tattle there on Jorge Hernandez over something. I mean, he's pointing at him, and Jorge has a grin on his face. Who knows? But look back at the foul. It's pretty obvious. I mean, hands on the back, falling face first into the grass. That'll get you the set piece every time.
No opportunity for Johnson to receive. Jorge Hernandez created a great opportunity not too far away from this spot. The last set piece for SAFC. Tries this free kick now. Gives it a lot of spin. O's off the head, and then Room saves it before Crognali could get his goal.
Battle of the keepers here tonight. Another really good save here. Eloy Room doing a really good job working with the 63.6 save percentage. Just added to that mark. A really good header there from Alex Crognali. Just not enough pace on it to squeeze by.
Jorge Hernandez has to wonder if he should just call his own number and go to the net. He has created some great opportunities, and it's not on his teammates, just some good defense and maybe a little bit of luck for Miami. Sorto finds Johnson. Johnson with a physical collection. Flores Blanco at the 18. Jorge Hernandez, nice move to get away from the defender, sends it in. Flores Blanco to the 6. Sorto looking for a handball, not going to get it cleared out.
So many good things and so many unlucky things there for San Antonio. I mean, could have been a chance for Jorge to take it himself, but just the tiki-taka getting in there to the 5 was really nice.
Cal surveying the defense. Jorge Hernandez looking for a cross. He's going to get it in towards the penalty mark where it's sent high by Knutson. Tunbridge switches the pitch. Rocha there to chest it down. Rocha looking for the counter opportunity. Doesn't have numbers. Doesn't care. 2 minutes of stoppage time added to the board. And on that note, Miami FC says let's slow things down and work through our back line.
Miami FC is really a tricky team because they do so well just to hang around, and then they attack when you least expect it.
Intercepted by Ward here. Crognali's touch is intercepted. DeCosta couldn't quite catch up to it before Suarez clears it out.
Suarez, Team of the Week accolades for a reason, has just done a really good job coming in and stepping up. Those 3 in the back between Tanner and Crognali are just really hard to get through, whether it's their height or just their communication on the back line has been pretty good.
Calfo retreats all the way back to Room. Resets the spacing here. About a minute left in stoppage time. Miami wants the final touches before we go into the locker rooms. Knutson plays it forward. Don Knutson trying to push the pace to the 18 where it's intercepted by Crognali. Touch back to Rocha. Out wide. Romero tries a cross, sends it high, and then off the head of Ward into the stands. Corner kick before we end up this half.
Safe back clearance there from Ward. I mean, it's tough when you don't know who is in the vicinity, and it's better to just clear it out.
This will probably be the final play, pretty close to it, of the first half. Rocha volunteers for his 3rd corner kick. Went near post first time, kept it short the second time. See what he does here at the end of the first half. Rocha with a long send, looking back post off the head of Romero, and then sent out by Crognali, and I think we're going to have another corner kick. No, looks like that'll be last touched by Miami. Doesn't matter as the whistle ends the first half, and we're scoreless at Toyota Field. It's been a fun, competitive, chippy match here between Miami FC and San Antonio FC. 45 minutes in the books. We have a fun first half, and stats and highlights just around the corner. We'll step aside. You got it tuned in. USL Championship on CBS Sports Lasso.
Built to tough it out and to take it easy. Built to carry tradition and to make new ones. The 2026 Toyota Tundra. Built in Texas, driven everywhere.
Right now, qualified lessees can lease a rugged new 2026 Tundra SR5 for $449 a month for 36 months. Offer ends May 4th.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Dude.
Lock in your Spurs 2026-27 ticket memberships presented by RBFCU. It's your ticket to game day.
$10 for a large, $10 for any 3 toppings, $10 for your choice of hot crust. Like our new garlic parm hand tossed. Because there's crust, and then there's hut crust. The crust you crave, only $10. Order in the Pizza Hut app.
When you donate or shop at Goodwill, you'll help train future truck drivers through our local career training programs. Good job, everyone.
Oh man, it's special when it gets out of Toyota Field. I think home field advantage is provided by the fans, obviously the heat as well, but when it gets rocking, I feel invincible.
Fox working, Sordo, ball's deflected, chance there, and yes, redirected.
Away. Sent inside, headed off multiple players, and it'll be in for a goal.
Super proud, super motivated. Everyone on the field, all the guys, including myself, feel like we gotta push extra hard for the fans to go and win the game.
Yeah, it just feels like an extra push behind you. It gives you some more energy, and yeah, it gets us going.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
This spring, stay 3 nights and get a $50 Best Western gift card.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
This spring, stay 3 nights and get a $50 Best Western gift card.
halftime in the USL Championship. We hope you're enjoying your match so far. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at some of the headlines this week. Charleston Battery head coach Ben Pierman achieved his 100th victory in the championship in Week 5, the 6th coach in championship history to reach that milestone. And that 2-0 win was a big one, Charleston's first ever road victory against Louisville City. We have 4 remaining unbeaten teams: San Antonio, El Paso, Hartford, and Tampa Bay. The Rowdies are the lone team with all wins so far, 4 of them thanks in big part to crunch time. 4 goals scored in the final 15 minutes of matches plus added time, and 5 goals scored by substitutes. So our USL Championship Coach of the Month is no surprise. Dominic Casciato of those Tampa Bay Rowdies. Casciato helped rebuild that roster during the offseason and right now has everything working as planned. National broadcasts coming up in the USL Championship. Charleston Battery hosting those Rowdies next Saturday, and USL Cup El Clamico style, Rhode Island and Hartford. That match is on the 25th. Both of those matches are on CBS Sports Network. We're getting closer to the second half. This is the USL Halftime Update. Let's get you back out to your match.
Combo and get a free collectible Spurs cup only at Taco Palenque, official fresh mix of the Spurs.
Oh yeah, people in this industry know all about the f***ers at Davis Law Firm. If we get a case with their name on it, then we know for darn sure we are likely not settling cheap.
Yeah, I'm adjusting to retired life fine. I don't have to go up against the f***ers at Davis Law Firm anymore. Believe me, we tried, but it was hard to lowball those f***ers.
Dealing with insurance companies after a wreck can be a real challenge. If you're hurt, remember the 4-letter word that can help. Want more? Call the Force.
What do you do when you throw out your back?
Use caution when lifting heavy objects.
How do I eliminate back pain?
I'm not tracking any rain right now.
Back pain?
Got it. Calling back Shane.
Forget it.
Sorry, didn't get that.
High-quality emergency care. Find your nearest location.
Welcome back to Toyota Field, where we're scoreless between San Antonio FC and Miami FC. I'm Carl Schoening, along with Katie Goodman. Happy you guys joined us here for the halftime show, as it was a fun, competitive, but still scoreless game in the first 45, Katie.
Yeah, San Antonio doing quite a bit to dominate in this matchup, leading there in possession and some chances created. So they've done a really good job here so far in this first half. But I think a big part of it even though they have let go of a little bit of that possession, they've still played the game really well. So it's one of those situations where the stats aren't really showing, I think, the full story here.
Yeah, San Antonio FC is playing quite a string of games here, so that possession has kind of been, as we were joking, maybe to reserve some energy for the second half. Hopefully a few more fireworks in the second half between both of these teams.
Yeah, well, that's the challenge, is when you aren't in possession, you're always chasing. So you're seeing a little bit of that come from Miami. But, I think when they've gotten in on the counter, they've done really good. They've been poised. They've been really well connected, really well-thought plays moving forward. And so, like I said, I love what they're doing from the midfield into the attacking third. San Antonio's going to have to go back to the drawing board at half and come up with something a little bit more creative, I think, when you've got a team that's really stagnant like that. And you also have to expect Miami's going to come out with something a little bit different at the half as well. But San Antonio still with a ton of firepower on the bench to draw from, so I don't think they have anything to worry about, being too tired anytime soon.
Looking forward to those changes here as we're almost at this.
Buy a Coyote combo and get a free collectible Spurs cup. Only at Taco Palenque, official fresh mix of the Spurs.
Oh, yeah. People in this industry know all about the f***ers at Davis Law Firm. If we get a case with their name on it, then we know for darn sure we are likely not settling cheap.
Yeah, I'm adjusting to retired life fine. I don't have to go up against the f***ers at Davis Law Firm anymore. Believe me, we tried, but it was hard to lowball those f***ers.
Dealing with insurance companies after a wreck can be a real challenge. If you're hurt, remember the 4-letter word that can help. Want more? Call the force.
What do you do when you throw out your back?
Use caution when lifting heavy objects.
How do I eliminate back pain?
I'm not tracking any rain right now.
Back pain?
Got it. Calling back Shane.
Forget it.
Sorry, didn't get that.
High quality emergency care. Find your nearest location.
USL Championship.
But as of right now, they're going to stick with Elroy Room, the typical starter here for Miami.
Let's check out some standings in the USL Championship. SAFC atop of the table, but due to the tiebreaker owned by Orange County SC, San Antonio FC is technically in second.
Yeah, unfortunate loss to them on the road, a 2-0 loss. I know San Antonio happy to be back, but just enough to slot them into that second place spot, but still doing pretty good here for San Antonio.
Doesn't get easier as El Paso Locomotive will be here next week as San Antonio FC's next weekend opponent. And Miami FC, they're above the playoff line, and they'd like to stay that way after a couple rough seasons.
Rough seasons, but they've done well, unbeaten in the last 4 games as they continue to climb here up in the standings. Such an important time is the first couple of games, and then just hanging in through the rest of the season. They've got a shorter roster, so I think that's where their challenge is going to come in, is just keeping everyone healthy throughout season.
And of course, Louisville City FC atop of the table in the Eastern Conference with 13 points. Toyota Field, always a fun place to be on a Saturday night in San Antonio. And we're ready to resume play here in the second half. Knutson with a long send, just how SAFC started the match, and just how we started the match, a throw in off of that long send. Dmitry Yerofev now being announced and cheered by the fans as early pressure from Miami FC leads to them and to the attacking third quickly.
Yerofev, really a unique player, does really well through the middle of the field, but when playing in the wing position has some really quality distribution. So again, young, but a lot of talent, and sky's the limit for him there.
Molessi's pass goes wide, trying to keep it in. Molessi ends up off of the ricochet, and then looks like offsides is the whistle against Molessi and Miami FC. San Antonio FC, who dominated possession in the first half, will start off with a free kick here from Petruni. We're in the 48th minute. Petruni with a long send. Pretty much had his entire team on the offensive half of the pitch, and it'll bounce to his opposing keeper. Back in frame, Eloy Room. Room with a very casual walk to the 18. Johnson going to pressure. And that'll be picked up by Room before Johnson can really do anything. Much to the dismay of a fan you might have heard over your speaker. Room. Long send. Always a rowdy bunch here at San Antonio's Toyota Field.
Quite the vocal bunch, no doubt.
Suarez. Worked over to Flores Blanco. Yerofev gets his first touch. Cronali keeps it on the back line here for Suarez, who wants to send it long. Cross midfield, looking for a run. Knutson sends it across into the center circle. Yerofev retains possession for SAFC. Hakeem Ward retreats to the back line. Suarez. SAFC resets the spacing, and that seems to be their game plan tonight. Long send by Tainter to pressure the back line. A little too strong for Ward.
Trying to take advantage of the wind at their back right now.
Throw in for Miami.
I think the intention was good there to get that ball up and forward fast, you know, try to change things up a little bit. You know, when you've got a team like Miami who's pretty compact, the challenge is just trying different things to break those lines.
Torrey keeps it on the sideline, but had it intercepted. Maldonado. Back to Cronali. Mitch Tainter rarely likes to play it on the back line. He's going to look forward. Trying to break down this Miami FC defense. Both teams looking for a breakthrough goal. Flores Blanco sends it in some space. Johnson trying to win possession. Keeps it in play. Trying to fight off Knutson. Knutson does a good job cutting off the angle. Flores Blanco couldn't catch it up again here as Romero wants to push the other sideline.
Great hustle from both guys. Almost looked like E.J. Johnson had him beat, but not too fast.
Well, Kadia was held up and no play after his send, and a advantage not really played to as a foul called on SAFC and a free kick here for Miami. Another look.
You can see the challenge there.
Kadia held up there by Suarez. Eventually what the whistle was about. Knutson trying to set up Kadia at the 18. Suarez there to mark. Romero backpedals. Njai. No look pass, and doesn't look like Rocha was ready for it. Cleared away. Johnson trying to beat Knutson to the ball, and then Knutson heads it to Room, who plays it off a bounce. Room rolls it to his feet, looking for a pass.
You can see he's trying to bait San Antonio a little bit.
Njai keeps it in play off the header, and no, he did not. SAFC's throw. Jorge Hernandez wants a quick restart, but instead elects for Flores Blanco to throw. Hernandez to Tainer. Cronulla with his green feet. Finds Yero Fev in center circle. Mitch Tainer. Looking for a send.
This is exactly the type of movement that San Antonio wants to be playing against a team like Miami. Unlucky there on that forward distribution, but you saw midfielders checking in and out, creating a little bit of confusion and chaos in the middle of the field that could trickle down to the back line. And if they can continue that kind of pace through the middle and find those passing lanes, they're going to have a better chance at getting in behind the back line.
Methodical switch of the pitch here to Flores Blanco. Jorge Hernandez. Maldonado with the send. Onside. Ward trying to catch up to it. Can't beat it to the end line. Yes, he can. Keeps it in play. Ward has it in the attacking third here. Jorge Hernandez into the box. Kept away. Chance to recycle the service. Yerofev. Yerofev straight away struck. Skies it over the crossbar.
Intention is good. I like that he has the guts there to take it from distance, because against this tough Miami defense, that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to change things up, and I like the confidence to go for it. But a lot of this started from Akeem Ward, that hustle down the field that I didn't think he was going to get to that ball. But, you know, had Eurofeg leaned over that one a little bit more, it might have been a golazo.
Good play as we play on words here as we're on CBS Sports Golazo. Yeah, what a run there by Ward. There was like a instant transmission of sorts to beat that one to the end line. It looked like he was not going to get there,
yeah.
And there was a quick, I don't know how to explain it other than he teleported to the ball.
In real time, I would have not put money on it that he was going to get to the end of that ball, but he did. So, I mean, that's the heart and hustle that gets it to this level.
Gerald Diaz will come into the match here, as that'll be the end of the night for Rion Torre. So Diaz playing in his fourth match for Miami FC. Jorge Hernandez with a chip, looking for Johnson. Knutson collects and sends to Room.
Diaz from Puerto Rico played quite a bit of time there in Puerto Rico, also on the U20, U23 national team and the senior national team in 2017. So far has an assist on the season.
Room with a quick touch to midfield. Whistle and a foul as Jorge Hernandez hits the deck. Romero the guilty party, and feels like Hernandez has had a few opportunities from this relative spot on set pieces. Can he finally get the assist? Here's the foul that'll set up SAFC.
Quite the challenge. I mean, ball's not even in the vicinity yet before Hernandez hits the ground. Easy call there for the ref.
As per usual, Jorge Hernandez will elect to have the free kick. We're going to go off his left foot. Katia Korolava talking to Njai there. Argument seems settled. Jorge Hernandez has put some good English on this ball. See if he can find a teammate. It's headed out by Locadio. Recycled the service by Sorto over the crossbar. Room restarts, but he wasn't given clearance.
Kind of lucky because you had Akeem Ward starting to close them down there on that side, so they're getting a do-over here, but got to give Sordo there some credit for the finish, the one-touch finish, not wasting time just to get on the end of it. Just the bounce wasn't forgiving there and went over that top post.
Romero trying to pressure the back line. Crognali cuts off Rocha. Akeem Ward with some space across midfield. Intercepted by DaCosta at center circle. Here's Rocha on the run. Rocha sends it wide right. Tunbridge cut off, trying to cross, and nobody was there to receive, and that'll be a goal kick for Petruni. Gives his defense a round of applause.
Got to speak to Coach Madoni about how Tunbridge is just pure talent, and look at it here, just great touch into space, commits the defender and still gets the shot off, just a little awry. Mitch Tanner doing well to cut off his angle, but Tunbridge came from USL 1 with South Georgia Tormenta, but he comes into this league and really, really dominates. And he said he's that pure talent that finds resolutions that aren't always ideal, and then there's other times where he just looks absolutely brilliant for the stuff that he's creating on the field, and you can see that he's just really a key piece up top for this team.
On cue, Tunbridge trying to get past Maldonado. Runs into a double team, and then he's tripped up. It'll be a foul called by our assistant. What will equate to just a bit of an off-angle corner, if you will, here for Miami FC. They're looking for their opportunity to break the scoreless side. Arnie Rocha discussing with DaCosta on who's going to get this kick. Very generous 10 yards, keeping Jorge Hernandez away.
Really, really dangerous set piece here for Miami. San Antonio gonna have to be really switched on in this moment, making sure they have their player, no ball watching.
Rocha fakes. DaCosta sends it to the 6. Sent away by Crognali. Tunbridge back to the 18. Rocha looking with a left foot strike. Pass goes over Suarez's head and then cleared out. Great job by Ward, who felt like he was fouled going for the ball. And I believe I heard a whistle that will indeed give Ward that call.
Ward earned the foul there. Just you had Locadia running through him even after the play. So, but it wasn't tough enough to where you're going to get a card for it. But it's great work there from Akeem Ward, just running through it anyway to clear it. Also had that momentum going, so again, it's just a hard call, a collision that was really hard to be avoided to begin with.
Christian Perano is going to enter the match here for Christian Sorto. Christian for Christian, they don't spell it the same way, but Perano certainly an anticipated substitute for SAFC, Katie.
Yes, really great on the dribble, driving at the back line, so quite the change, throwing him in the mix. Also has a ton of speed and full tank of gas here. I'm going to be surprised if we see Santiago Patino pop up. He's actually over on the side warming up. It's usually those two up top together for San Antonio.
Perano's first touch. And whistles go against SAFC. Rocha at midfield. Was to Romero. Tunbridge with the back heel. Opportunity here for Rocha to create to the penalty arc. Good run there and off of the post. Lacadia could have sent this one into the 1-0 game, but Petruni, sigh of relief, saved by the frame.
Yeah, best look of the game, hands down, and saved by the post. There must be an angel on that post there, but a nice little flick in. Just incredible work and creativity here coming from Miami, and it's Lacadia, the guy you do not want running backside. You could see there was a little bit of a miscommunication coming from San Antonio FC center backs. Who's going to take it? Who's going to step forward? And it's just a really good service in. Squeezes right by both center backs.
Rocha trying to create at the penalty arc. It's knocked outside of the box. Alessandro Malesi tries it into a low roller that goes right into Petruni. Good diving save, and it's cleared out. Opportunity inside here. Lacadia sends it out. Malesi looking for a cross. Ward's there to mark. Tunbridge tries for the 6. Headed high, and Cronali keeps that one from going towards frame. Another corner here, the 4th one of the evening for Miami FC.
A couple of unlucky turnovers for San Antonio and miscommunications here. In the last few minutes, going to have to clean it up a bit to hang around in this one. Wouldn't be shocked if Miami starts to make some changes too. You've got players like DaCosta not working with the full 90 minutes just yet. So I'm sure there will be some changes coming for them too at some point.
Rocha had been volunteering here. Rodrigo DaCosta will kick the corner this time with Rocha nearby as the short option. Rodrigo DaCosta elects for the send. Sent high in the air. Jorge Hernandez ends the threat by dribbling it to the sideline, but DaCosta's there to intercept. DaCosta looking for a cross, has to backpedal for some space, doesn't have any. Hounded by the pressure of SAFC, dribbles it into touch for an SAFC throw.
Great defensive work there.
Strong wind at the back here of Yerofev. He's going to elect to keep it low. Yerofev with plenty of space forward. Jorge Hernandez. Stumbling, but opportunity to push it here. Perano sends it to the penalty arc. Johnson wasn't ready on the turn.
Perano's so fast, sometimes it's hard to predict where he's going. He's got really quick feet, and sometimes his head is ahead of himself, you know?
Slide tackle by Ward wins it back for SAFC. Oh yeah, Perano's certainly a crafty player. He and Johnson almost connecting. Ward has some space on the switch of the pitch. Keeps it in play on the sideline. Tries a cross. Just misses the head of Perano and bounces over the goal.
Unlucky for San Antonio, but a really beautiful production and build-up, just getting into the attack. Much better than what we've seen in the first half. Akeem Ward doing great to get up in the corner, and then Perano with a never-say-die finish and at least able to connect with it, but just not enough to redirect it to where he wanted to go. But if he keeps up that kind of heart and this kind of build-out, I think things are just going to get better here for San Antonio.
Njai off the goal kick. Hernandez presses him back to Room. Eloy Room. Keeping his sheet clean, looking for his 3rd one of the season. So far, so good through the 64th minute. Rocha collects and sends some space for Romero, who's on a run. Romero looking for the cross. Cronali there to send it to the 18 again. Romero wants to recycle the service. Romero gives it to Rocha. Back out Njai, who's playing in the attacking 3rd. Njai sends it to the 18. Flipped there by DaCosta. Cleared out by Cronali all the way into the defensive half of the pitch where Room will take care of it.
Bit of reset here for Miami, but almost had another really good look at goal just by winning that second ball off the ricochet. something San Antonio just has to stay on top of.
Romero angles a pass to the penalty arc. Rocha tries to strike. Suarez there to deflect it. Cronali heads it away from the 18, and then half-hearted effort will send out here to the wide side of the field. Alessandro Melesi looking to set up Diaz, and Gerald Diaz had it deflect off of an SAFC defender's foot for an easy corner kick. Sometimes that's the smartest play.
Yeah, definitely for the best for San Antonio. You had two blue jerseys wide open there at the PK mark. Just, I wouldn't say outnumbered, but in really good position to potentially have a look on frame.
Hey, if you're a fan of SAFC, you should come out to the next home matchup presented by Toyota. SAFC will host Birmingham Legion FC. That'll be that'll be April 25th at 7:30. Looking forward to that one, as SAFC will make a quick trip over to El Paso on the 18th and come right back the next weekend. Njai. Marked by Arofev. Melesi. Loaded Acosta, cut out there by Maldonado. Maldonado taps the Arofev. Intercepted here by Diaz. Diaz with a low pass, taken by Locadia, and then a slow roller by Rodrigo da Costa ends up at the feet of Petruni.
See the frustration coming from da Costa, understandably so. Probably wanted a little more pace, but also just didn't get the finish she was looking for and made it easy there on Petruni.
Christian Pirano. Nelson Portos Blanco. Taps it to Pirano. Maldonado switches the pitch over here to Ward. Ward has some space. Leaves for Yerofev. Maldonado keeping the pace slow, gets a fresh touch from Pirano. Methodically working into the attacking third. SAFC trying to break this scoreless tie. Ward sends it to Yerofev, looking for a cross. Mitri sends it towards the back post, headed out by Njai. Collected by Tunbridge. Tunbridge wants to spark a counter. He's going to slow things down and send it wide. Great play by Romero just to keep that one from being a throw for SAFC. Suarez collects off of one touch by Hernandez, and now Cronali will track it down with no pressure.
It was good hustle back from E.J. Johnson just to continue to force that ball wide and force the tough distribution there for Miami. So when you look at these teams and the parts that matter, it's everyone coming in and playing a spot, even if it's not where they were originally positioned, you know, just doing what needs to be done to keep the ball where you want it to be.
Pirano trying to force the issue to the 18. Bounced away from him. Romero. Njai here. Portos Blanco sends it in touch. And looks like we'll have a substitution. Santiago Patino ready to check in. He'll do so for Emmanuel Johnson. I believe you were the one who foreshadowed this striker combo for SAFC up top.
Yeah, it's the two typical strikers up top. You've either got Sordo and EJ, or you got Pirano and Patino, and it's just a really great complementary style. When you've got Pirano and Patino up there, Pirano fast, loves to take people on the dribble. Then you've got the strong man in Pirano who can hold a line and really force his way through a back line. Really high IQ player as well, and pretty dang good on the finish, I would say. Although scoreless so far this season, which is, I would say, uncharacteristic for him as the all-time leading goal scorer for San Antonio.
Perhaps some more foreshadowing from Katie Goodman. Portos Blanco trying to get past Njai for a handball was Njai. No whistle given to him. It'll throw for SAFC. Portos Blanco. Pirano. Yerofev. Suarez trying to switch the pitch. Ward there to claim it. Hakeem Ward. Jorge Hernandez fakes the cross. Now he'll send it in. Sent away by Diaz. Tunbridge couldn't collect, and then follow-up strike there by Mitch Tainer, wide left.
Can understand what he was going for, just trying to get the shot off quickly from distance. Ball just knuckled a little bit. It's a tough one to manage on that bounce.
Got to shoot your shot sometimes.
Absolutely, especially in a game like this where things are so congested on the defensive side of things.
Eager to get it back, Mitch Tainter. Tries to send in the middle of the pitch. Yero Fev had it deflected on his way to him. Maldonado. Flores Blanco with the cross. Sends it back post. And Jorge Hernandez couldn't keep it down. Goal kick.
Unfortunate touch there, but you know, when you look back at some of the opportunities San Antonio's had, sometimes they just want the perfect look and the perfect shot and the perfect build-up, and you're not always going to get that. You know, it's maybe take it first time a few more times from the top of the 18 instead of trying to get 2, 3, 4 passes into the 5.
Room will tell his back line to push up. Seems like the wind is somewhat in his favor if he can play it a little bit to the left, and it will take it to the right, and does go to the right. Tainter heads it high. Aerial duel won by Tainter, and then SAFC reclaims possession. Intercepted. Here's Malesi. Alessandro Malesi with a through ball intended for Acadia. Ends up to Tunbridge and then saved by Vitruni. And then he took a shot to the face.
That could potentially be a red. We'll have to look back here. As you can see, he goes in for the ball. The challenge is late.
It is a red, by the way. As we see the review, you hear the fans cheering, and that is because Miami FC will be playing a man down the rest of the match, and hopefully Vitruni can come back in after taking this cleat to the face.
Yeah, it's a red because he could have gotten out of the way. He could have jumped over. Instead, it was a cleat to the face, and of course, Vitruni being the last, technical defender. If you create that kind of foul there, that last line, then that's a red category. So, which is unfortunate because Tunbridge is such an incredible high-quality player, and that means he's missing the next match too, and is really the glue piece here for Miami. Leads the team, 7 chances created. Again, just an incredible talent. Played for South Georgia Tormenta, played Jacksonville University, University of San Diego, and an Englishman who's now going to go take a seat on the sideline, unfortunately for him.
First red card of the season for Miami FC.
If you think things are congested now, they're about to get really congested because they were already playing a mid-low block, and now they're down a man. So things might be a little more tough here, actually, for San Antonio just to break through and find some seams.
Vitruni is going to resume his mark in goal. And a yellow card issued to the Miami FC bench.
The Coach Madoni is going to get the yellow here. Probably arguing against that call.
Certainly,
you can imagine.
Certainly doesn't like that he has to play a man down the rest of the match. We start the 74th minute. SAFC looking for the breakthrough goal. Flores Blanco. Marked by Romero, tries a cross, sent away by Knutson. Knutson defending the 6. And it'll be a throw for SAFC. I wasn't quite sure based off the angle, but Maldonado and company will have a deep throw. And a long one here for Maldonado. The fans are much more engaged now after the red card. Cheering on SAFC. The throw ends up cleared out to the feet of Ward. Maldonado sends it into the 18, off of the heel, and then saved by Room. Patino couldn't chase it down, and then it'll be sent for a throw on the other side. SAFC trying to keep the tempo fast.
It would have been a pretty sick goal there from Alex Crognali as he comes in and tries to just lot it by with what looked like his heel. I mean, whatever it takes to get past the keeper, right?
Crognali looked like he was trying out for the Karate Kid with that kick.
Yeah. So true.
He's a tall Karate Kid as well. We were talking about the size of that back line for SAFC. That time he was playing to strike.
And speaking of back line, most of the guys from the back line are up top just trying to overload. You've got Mitch and Crognali.
Service in, almost ended up in a goal, and great job by Suarez to try and redirect that to Patino, who couldn't quite get a foot on it.
Just looking at this near miss, what a beautiful service in, and then able to get ahead on it. Patino not able to finish it there, but it's just a precursor to what we're seeing here from San Antonio. Things heating up, more fresh wind in their sails.
Mathieu Ndongo will come into the match here for Jurgen Locadia. Locadia, plenty of opportunities, could not find the back of the net tonight. And I imagine this is an offense for defensive type of move here, even though, you know, this is the 6th match for Ndongo. He's probably going to be tasked to defend, as is every other member of the 10 on the pitch for Miami FC, including Room.
Comes over from Rhode Island. He was actually part of that East Conference final run there with them. He's one of those guys, really good back to goal, fast, shockingly good in air. I mean, doesn't have the stature, but really, really great out of the air.
And he's trying to put on the Jets right away, trying to score shorthanded. Rocha tripped up, gets the whistle. And then a foul, a yellow will be called here on Maldonado, who kicked while down, and a lot of blue kits running to contest Maldonado, who knows nothing else is going to happen. Looked like he might have gotten a little extracurricular in here on Rocha.
Nothing too crazy.
Well,
I mean,
here.
oh, yeah,
after the whistle.
That'll do it. Yeah, that's enough to stir everyone up, and you got to hand it to center ref Katya. She's doing a great job of holding her own out there.
Yeah, she's trying to keep them from skirmishing right now. And whistle's blowing about here, and yeah, just Maldonado. Maybe he didn't hear the whistle.
No, I think he was trying to pump the brakes and slid a little bit. You could see his back foot slide a little bit on the turf, and things are pretty slippery out there. I don't know if you saw that half, but they had the sprinklers going, and so that can cause problems sometimes.
Yeah, I was about to mention how it seems to be the natural grass needs to be watered at the half. You and I also work the UTSA games. I believe they do that as well on the Roadrunner field. And seems to be common practice when you're not playing on turf.
Yeah, well, when you're in South Texas, it's the only way. Otherwise, you'll just have a big old dirt patch out here. It's a shock that there's any kind of green grass in San Antonio at all to begin with. As someone who grew up playing here, most of the games were on dirt, so or turf.
Yeah, what a facility we have out here. Toyota Field right next to Hero Stadium, right next to the Star Complex. This is the center for soccer in San Antonio.
Really and truly, the heartbeat.
In fact, maybe you can speak a bit more on this. SAFC really ahead of the curve with the academy program that they've had established U12 to 18 for quite a while now, and it seems like more teams are catching on.
Yeah, and they've got a couple of academy players here on the roster between Leo Urrutia and Landry Walker, who was just signed to a contract earlier this week. Leo has been a part of the squad for a while and has done a really good job, especially last season and the season before, stepping in, especially when the roster got a little thin. That's when you see these young guys start stepping in and just getting some really quality minutes at such a young age, and it says a lot about what San Antonio is able to produce. And speaking of, you got Joey Bertruni from San Antonio, born and raised, played at Lee High School, and he's just one of those success stories. People don't realize how important it is for San Antonio talent to make it out of this bubble. They're up against talent from Dallas and Houston, and I mean, you can see San Antonio's own here at the highest level of soccer in San Antonio. I think it gives a lot of people, especially those kids in the academy and in high school, a lot of hope that maybe they one day can make it out on the pitch too.
Dust has settled after the yellow card issued to Maldonado. Rodrigo da Costa volunteers for the free kick. Will send it towards the wall and then sent away. Best opportunity for the man down Miami FC, and the defense from SAFC keeps them from away from the goal, and Suarez heads that one out of the box. SAFC trying to push the break. And just sent into the stands there by Romero. Or, beg your pardon, that was Angel Calpo.
Things getting a little chippy there between Calfo and Patino. But San Antonio now doing a good job of forcing Miami's hand, forcing the long services and the clearances.
Pirano. Yerofev. Hernandez. Jorge making his move. Maldonado misses his foot and then sends it into touch.
When you look at that last set piece for Miami, they took quite a bit of time getting up to, you know, take advantage of that set piece. And a big part of it is just trying to kill the momentum that San Antonio had. I mean, it was an onslaught of pressure there for about 5 minutes. And I think it was really wise here of Miami to just slow things down a bit. And now San Antonio trying to find their rhythm again.
We had 2 minutes of stoppage time added to the first half. I get the feeling we'll be around 3 or 4 based off of what has happened to this point here as we wrap up the 81st minute.
San Antonio really in need of a win. Again, scoreless in the last 3 games and looking for a break in that dry spell here.
Pirano wants to volunteer to break that dry spell. Fortes Blanco. Marked there by Romero, but able to save it to Hernandez. A low cross to the 6. Oh, just misses the post, and Patino almost found the back of the net as he slid through a couple defenders. Whew. Closest goal of the night for SAFC.
And again, another really pretty development, just perfect spot. And what he's wanting there is a PK. He was tackled from behind when you look at it there in the box, sandwiched between 2, but I think the ref made the right call there. It wasn't too much contact, but definitely enough to try to make a play for it if you're Patino. No blame him.
Yeah, it has to be a pretty hard foul to warrant a PK. And it looks like we have a couple substitutions. Tulu will enter, as well as Brandon Brandt.
Tulu played for San Antonio FC as well, so some familiar faces out here for him.
You might have saw his legal name flash up there. We are just going to refer to him as Tulu.
Yeah, played here in San Antonio in 2023. Also played for Hartford Athletic and Memphis 901 before making his way over to Miami FC.
Nobody wins the aerial duel, and then Mitch Tainer just elects to let it go into touch for a throw that he'll throw. Santiago Suarez. Hakeem Ward sends it back here. Cronali to Tainter. Jorge Hernandez. Suarez at center circle. Once again, Miami playing a man down. SAFC, plenty of angles to operate with. Hernandez fakes to the left, goes to the right. It'll bounce around as Miami FC disrupts. Romero just keeps that away from the action. Cronali.
Pace picking up here for San Antonio. Just have to maintain that possession, keep things clean.
Tainter lets that one roll to Blanco. Fortes Blanco's through ball intercepted and bounces right back to him. Yerofev sends it to Maldonado. Cronali tries an outside the back strike and it rolls left.
A couple guys up top saying they want it in a different spot, but there was just a lot of opportunities there, a lot of white jerseys, a lot of different diagonal runs that could have taken place, and he was trying to put it there low and through traffic, hoping maybe Pirano could have gotten in on that diagonal, but would have been a blind diagonal run for sure.
Eloy Room whistles will slow this one up as I think we will re-kick this here. As Katia Koravala wants to give a quick PSA there to Mathieu Ndongo.
Yeah, slap on the wrist between him and Mitch Tainer as well. Just getting a little cheeky, I'm sure.
I think cheeky is Mitch Tainer's middle name. Not many opportunities left for Miami FC, down a man, and that one ends up in the touch. Tainer will throw.
You know, we talked a lot about the academy, and Miami FC actually does lean on their academy. There's a lot of teams out there that say, yeah, we play academy players, but they don't really, or they use them more as reserve. But you've got Brandon Bent out here, true academy player, made his debut on the home opener against DCFC in 2025 and has really contributed throughout his time with Miami on the first team. And of course, you've got Felipe Rodriguez, who played a full 90 the other day, also from the academy, goalkeeper. And so they really walk the walk here.
Hernandez steals it away from Romero. Brendan Brent sends it towards Tainter. Aerial duel advantage, none to be played to, and a foul called against Ndongo, and middle third set piece here for SAFC. Nowhere near the play. Well, close enough to the play, but nowhere near.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was just momentum and then having a little shove on top of it.
So a yellow card is going to be shown to Room here as a ball came onto the pitch. And I think this is an attempt to slow things down. Knutson trying to defend Room, and I don't think you can put back the yellow card.
Nope. I wouldn't think so. And, you know, could be for dissent as well. There's a lot going on, a lot of drama out there.
A lot of drama, yet no scores. Jorge Hernandez trying to change that. He has created plenty of opportunities. None have found the back of the net. And here's what the yellow card was about. Yerofev walking away. Great eye there by Katia Korolava to see that when the play is all the way over here where Hernandez is going to throw. And another yellow card shown to the bench of Miami FC. Looks like the Hitman got it this time.
Oh, yeah. Absolute Hawkeye vision there from Katia Korolova. Doing well just to keep things in control.
Jorge Hernandez sends it to the 18. Just misses there as Mitch Tainter got his head on it, but couldn't quite bounce it in. Tainter
came in like a literal wrecking ball as Mitch Tainter just going through everyone in the process. Miami not happy about it, but doing a great job just to get a connection with the ball.
Aerial duel won by Tainter, but goal kick won by Miami FC. Room looking for his third clean sheet of the season. Stoppage time and a couple minutes away. Aerial duel won by Suarez, but a foul will be called on him as he goes over and Jai's back. Suarez disagrees. Free kick here, not a very threatening one for Miami FC.
Probably saying, how was I supposed to avoid that? But, I mean, you can't crawl up on people's back. Plain and simple.
Knutson trying to catch everybody off guard, and he even catches his own teammate Alessandro Melesi off guard. Throw in for SAFC.
Something you really can't do. I mean, work so hard just to earn the set piece, which is really their only chance. And you're down a man.
Crognale plays into the offensive half of the pitch. Intercepted by Knutson. Knutson tripped up from behind by Patino, and he's going to be shown a card. Katie, we got to be careful. We might get a yellow card at this rate.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't get us for dissent up here in the box.
That would be killer hearing to go along with great eyesight. And yeah, warranted.
100% warranted. Yeah, it's way after the fact. It was clearly a tactical foul to stop the movement forward. I mean, the only way Miami could get one on San Antonio here is to work the set piece, get a corner in a box, or, you know, get in on a quick counter.
First yellow card of the season for Santiago Patino on the tactical foul there. Good effort by Miami FC to send it into their attacking third. SAFC ready to defend, hoping to counter here as we enter the 90th minute. Yerofev. Intercepted by Njai. Brendan Brandt sends it into touch. Yerofev sent to Crognale. Alex Crognale senses the urgency. Mitch Tainter probably will as well. Diagonal pass here, Crognale. going to be plenty of stoppage time when we see the yellow or the red number pop up here. Mitch Taintor not going to wait for it. Flores Blanco some space. Opportunity to cross, but a flag is up.
Again, Miami doing a great job of just hanging around, keeping San Antonio at bay. Yes, much better looks here as of late for San Antonio, but you've got to hand it to this nitty-gritty Miami team. I mean, they stopped at nothing to just get the job done.
Seven minutes of stoppage time added to this match. SAFC trying to score a goal against the shorthanded Miami FC. Here's Ward. Ward recovers. Suarez gets to the feet of Hernandez. Flores Blanco looking for that cross. He was denied with the offsides earlier, and it's sent away by Knutson. Ndongo trying to turn and go. Njai playing ahead. Finds Ndongo on a run. Ndongo doesn't have anybody running yet. He's trying to hold up for his teammates. Runs into a double team, and Mitch Taintor will take it away.
Even on a good day when you got a full 11, San Antonio's defense is smothering, so just tough situation there. And you also don't want to tire yourself out too much either when you're down a man. Just unlucky that he didn't have the support there to help him move up the field.
Taintor trying to switch the pitch. Calfo disrupts the action. Here's Ward. Ward sends it into the 18. Bounces around and will be cleared out. Quick throw coming for SAFC. Plenty of time in the 7-minute stoppage time, but they don't want to waste any of it. Hernandez sends it to the penalty mark. Brought down by Pirano, but cleared out. Jorge Hernandez wants to recycle the service. Tries to strike through to the defenders, and Miami FC with a good defense. Romero sends it away from the sideline. Maldonado's in a foot race now. Ndongo doesn't have numbers, doesn't care, try to strike. It was deflected off of Maldonado's foot for a Miami FC throw to the sideline. And they will take their time on this throw. Everybody at a jog at the maximum.
Mikey Maldonado did a great job there just to stand up Ndongo, not overcommitting, not making any silly fouls. We've seen that sometimes where, you know, guys just get ahead of themselves, but just played it safe, and it's exactly what you want.
Brandon Brandt takes a dive, and he'll draw the foul, which sets up a dangerous set piece here for Miami FC.
Really ideal for Miami here, especially now that we're in extra time. They're going to have to convert on this.
Petruni talking to his team. Might be the best last chance for Miami FC. Down a man, trying to score. Ndongo looks like he's going to call his number for the kick.
Definitely not in any rush either.
No. In fact, we didn't get it on the screen earlier, but Ward tossed them the ball on the previous throw-in. Ndongo came in as a sub. Can he be the hero? Skies it way, way, way away, and that one will go out of the stadium. Someone's going to get a souvenir on their way home.
Airmail for sure.
I was not exaggerating with 3 ways on that one.
You're not.
SAFC wants to take advantage of the time that's left. Pirano cuts back. Finds Yerofed. Yerofed looking for a straightaway. Doesn't have it. Over to the left side. Blanco. Flores Blanco into the 18. Tries to send to the penalty mark, headed out. Taintor's there to recycle. And then it's deflected by Njai. All the way out here, Jorge Hernandez. Pirano tries a left-footed strike. Off of the head and caught there by Room. Suarez almost broke the scoreless tie.
There's a reason Thiago Suarez has made the Team of the Week nomination so many times. He's great on defense and always in the right spot when it comes to offense. This is the second connection that he's had there in the 18, trying to finish the deal, but just feels like a matter of time for him.
SAFC might work a bit more methodically with the last couple minutes left. Doesn't actually seem like they're intended to. Advantage played too. Here's Pirano into the 18, tries to slide it left. Whistle, no, there's no whistle. It'll be a corner kick. That's a half a call there for SAFC. Pirano begging for the whistle instead. Oh, I beg your pardon. I thought he was granted a corner instead of the foul. It looks like a goal kick instead, and Pirano outraged.
Yeah, he wanted the PK there in the box, and when you look at it, I think it's warranted. I mean, he's brought in 3 guys. He's clipped from behind the back heel. That is basic 101 PK spot. So that's a tough miss there.
Romero trying to collect and burn some clock if he can. Does draw a foul as Yerofev bumps him down.
Yeah, I think that Pirano foul in the box really should have been at the PK spot. Really textbook situation there. Especially if you're going to clip someone at the heel. But Miami back in it.
Dalton Knutson sends it to the back line where Mitch Tanner wins the aerial duel. Bounces around, and Dongo couldn't quite catch up to it as Ward sent it away. Here's Njai. Romero. Tried to get fancy with it, had it knocked away. Flores Blanco intercepts, but couldn't quite control the pass. Romero. And some space, Diaz. And Dongo couldn't beat Lutruni to the ball. And then Ndongo knocks down Petruni following the play. SAFC will try and take advantage on the other side.
Yeah, playing advantage here, only a couple seconds to go with 7 minutes of added time. There might be a little extra, but San Antonio's gonna have to make something of this here.
Jorge Hernandez, man who you want the ball at the feet of. Maldonado, right back. Hernandez, seeing what has at the 18. Maldonado tries it towards the penalty mark, sent high by Calfo, and then Cronali on the 18 heads it where Suarez couldn't quite control the touch. Goal kick.
Must be a minute or so added after some of these theatrics that have happened after the original added time, but can't be too much longer.
Nope, there are the final whistles, and we have reached full time. It's a scoreless draw. The teams result in a point, and Miami FC remains unbeaten despite playing a man down the final 13 minutes of action here in San Antonio's Toyota Field. Katie, tough one for both teams to only come away with 1 point.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the frustration there for San Antonio. A goal really felt imminent, but I think this speaks so much to Miami's identity, their toughness, their grit, their ability to really see things out despite being down. I think it's a really strong mentality that's going to get them through. They're going to hurt, though, in the coming game, missing out on Mason Tunbridge, though. It's going to be a tough one as he is quite the play creator there, but nonetheless, the fact that they walked out of this one with a single point, I think they can pat themselves on the back.
Yeah, plenty of sportsmanship between these two teams as they played a competitive 90-plus minutes of action here at Toyota.